Hey guys, it's Mikey of the 732 Review Crew here with Season 2, Episode 1 of Frieren. This is me watching the sub, blind reacting as everyone else is. It's just aired. Now, I watched the full first season in the dub. This is the sub. I'm very excited to hear the Japanese voices because I usually prefer the Japanese voices. I prefer the sub over the dub most times, 9 out of 10 times, 99 out of 100 times. But with this one, I'm very excited to see. Now, I know we do have a shorter season. So a shorter season means hopefully budget for every episode. I'm excited to see where we're going. I'm excited to have a nice chill adventure. So thank you for joining me. If you're new here, you can go check out the first season on our YouTube, available now, every single episode. It actually wasn't planned, but we somehow managed to finish the series on the day that the first season releases, second season releases. But yeah, we're dubbed over there because my friend who joined me, Mike, wanted the dub, and it was his favorite show, so I gave him the privilege. But I'm a sub guy, so without further ado, go head on to the Patreon. Full length for this episode is available for free. Find that in the comments below. If you do enjoy, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, let me know how you're feeling. We're gonna be starting Frieren in 3, 2, 1. It's so weird to hear the sub. I'm with it though.
今日は珍しく暖かいね。
ああ、けど財布はだいぶ涼しくなってきたみたいだぜ。
次の町に着いたら仕事を探さないといけませんね。
I'm gonna have to look up the voice actors after this to link them.
常に先の先まで考えていかないと旅は続けられません。
仕事か。
手頃な依頼があるといいんですけど。
Just like Himmel used to do.
あれ、なんか。
Ooh, an intro. New intro. Ooh. It's very simple but nice. Got a little bounce. I like that part. Some color in her life. Cute. Okay, I like that intro a lot, honestly. That's probably my favorite out of all of them. Oh, I thought the hook came back, but it... okay.
魚、釣ってきたぜ。次は大物釣ってくるから。
Well, that's some flavor, at least.
フリーレン、珍しく早起きだな。
何か気になることがあって目が覚めてしまったみたいです。
ちゃんと褒めた？
当然です。これは大物だね。
Ooh. Mana crystal?
あれ？火の魔法が出ませんね。これは。
Oh, that's really powerful.
あ、ついた。
Oh.
とても希少なものでね。小石ほどの大きさで金貨数。
That's a lot of money. Holy crap.
近くにあるだけで魔法が使えなくなるんじゃ持っていけませんね。この石にめっちゃ魔力を込めるとね。めっちゃ光るんだよ。まだ光ってる。ちょっと待って。もしかしてこの地面。
That got me.
やっぱり地面の下が空洞になっていたか。フリーレン様。
Too heavy? Oh.
やっちゃったかも。
Magic nullifying stones everywhere? Yeah. Oh! Oh!
風魔鋼は物質の中でも最大級の高度を持つ。他の物質とは違って魔法で切断したり加工したりもできないからね。
How do you break it? With itself, like a diamond? Oh, dark. Ooh, budget. Little nuke.
これは人類にはどうしようもないものだよ。
Oh.
なんだよ。
頼りにしているからね。お
型の魔物の巣かもしれないと言っていました。よくぐっすり眠れますよね。
気楽なもんだな。
You trust you both.
こんなことは生まれて初めてです。まるで暗闇に放り込まれたみたい。
フェルン。
魔物。
Oh, what is that? Oh, it's so cool.
逃げ。
毒極竜だね。
That's a dragon.
どうしてそんなに。
私はシュタルクに命を預けているからね。
今だって逃げたくてたまらねえ。
そう、一緒に逃げようか。シュタルク、ヘラン、目をつぶって。
Flashbang.
じゃあ逃げたくなったらみんなで逃げよう。
It's crazy because he sounds almost just like the dub and him sound the
僕
same.
たちはパーティーなんだから。
The cadence. Ooh, we getting him a budget. Oh, when push comes to shove, Eisen's there. Oh.
それじゃあ逃げようか。
Oh.
なぜ僧侶の私が重い方を。
ハイターは酒臭いってさ。
腰が抜けて歩けない。
I will say it's over. Do they consider this episode 29?
よし、魚でも釣ってくるか。
寒い。
Oh,
温泉までの辛抱ですね。うん、綺麗になった。
杖だってそうだけど、フェルンって楽しそうに道具の手入れをするよね。
she likes stuff or neat and orderly.
誰かからもらったものだからでしょうか。嬉しいのかもしれません。
頑張って選んだ甲斐があったかな。
あ、
エッチ。
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
もしかして今ちょっと空気悪い？
そ
Frieren.
うかも。フリーレンもそういうの分かるようになってきたのか。ちょっと感動。
He needs to confirm.
もし居心地が悪いならちゃんと言ってね。シュタルクを無理やりパーティーに誘ったのは私なんだから。
俺は。あ、
別れ道ですね。
Huh. Pearl Harbor.
あれってもしかして宿屋か。
ね。今夜は野宿せずに済みそうだ。
フリーレンじゃねえか。
Hey!
意外と早い再会だった。
I love him.
ビアベル。元気そうだな。
How do they pronounce it? Diaba?
あの話は考えてくれたか。
あの話。
Ooh, crossroads for him. Stark has to decide.
前衛が圧倒的に不足している。無理にとは言わね
前にも言っただろう、ビアベル。俺はこのパーティーの前衛だ。おう。
え。フリーレン、こいつ口説いてもいいか。
勝手にすればいい。
Oh!
うん。
Ooh.
フリーレン様。
もしかしたらシュタルクにとって私たちのパーティーは窮屈だったのかもしれない。
本当はもう限界だったんだ。村を見捨てて逃げ出そうとしていた。フリーレンはさ、俺のことを無理やりパーティーに誘ったって言っていたけど。
シュタルク様は
They were so young.
逃げないと思います。
あの夜にフェルンが俺の背中を押してくれたから、一緒に旅がしたいと思ってパーティーに加わったんだ。フェルンは気がついていないだろうけどさ、臆病な俺をここまで引っ張ってきてくれたのはフリーレンだけじゃないんだぜ。
That's cute.
俺はどこにも行かないよ。
Good. They kiss or
だ
something?
からもっと優しくして。
じゃあおいで。いっぱいなります。
Oh! That was crazy. Oh no. She learned from Frieren, didn't she? Oh. Oh.
ちなみに3人は船で向かう気はないのか。
回路は莫大な路銀がかかりますし。
北部高原は師匠たちも通った道だしな。
As did hers.
変な依頼を受けたり 厄介ごとに巻き込まれたり寄り道ばかりですけれどね。
お前らにはお前らの冒険があるってことだな。どうせ北の果てにもいつか来るんだろう。そん時にまた会おうぜ。
We see them when they're older. That'll be cool too. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get there.
それじゃあ行こうか。
Oh, I'm excited to see this outro. Is this the same artist from the last one? Pretty. It's really cool how it's hand drawn. Oh wow. I guess the metaphor that she's like a caterpillar going through metamorphosis emotionally and mentally. No spoilers, no spoilers. That was really cute. It was a really great first episode of the season. I honestly think that might be my favorite episode of Frieren in terms of just writing and dialogue from the characters because it just felt so real. First off, the biggest thing to touch on, the animation was beautiful. We have 10 episodes, so we have very limited because I believe the manga's on hiatus. I didn't read the manga. I don't know anything about that besides that the author's unfortunately on hiatus, and we run the risk of catching up, which many great series have that risk. And it's unfortunate, but part of watching, so we push on. 10 episodes means more budget condensed, as we saw. Those great bit budgets. You know, the more obvious bits of the budget were like, you know, Stark and everyone when they were running away in the cave, as well as Himmel's and most notably Himmel and Eisen's fight versus the dragon, which was absolutely beautiful. But the facial animations and everything was so much different from last season, and I say that having just finished the series, and it's in a positive way. I mean, it's been 2 years. We gain a lot of advanced, but it's just advanced technique and more things as we go on. And we're in an era where animation and all stuff is moving at light speed in terms of development for the most part, in terms of different styles and techniques and ways to advance. So it's cool to see it in action. You know, I don't think there was any impact frames. I didn't notice. This show's not really big on those giant impact frames, so I didn't notice any. It was really cool to see Werble and Co. also, which works with this episode coming to the crossroads. Frieren does not want to feel like she forced Stark to be in her party, and Stark does not feel forced in the party. He joined specifically because Fern saved him, and maybe he was a lost little boy just like Frieren was. It's really cute in that whole scene that they kind of very much so they get more emotional development, romantic development without actually directly saying it because he's there for her and now she knows that. And it's really cute to see that. But at the same time, in her attempt to do something good, she's like Frieren. She's a little bit emotionally stunted. Her family was unfortunately killed, just similar to Frieren's, and she was raised by somebody who wasn't the greatest, in terms of emotional development. Um, Haitar wasn't really as much a loving person he is, he wasn't the same person as being raised by two parents, just like Frieren and, her master in Flama. But that's okay because really the main thing is that they learn through time, and humans learn much faster than elves. So the whole point of this is that where it took Frieren forever to figure out how to engage with Himmel and whatnot, Fern's gonna figure it out quick with, you're gonna figure out quick with Stark because we're human and we move fast, we love fast, and they make mistakes and things happen, and dumb things happen, especially like in this episode where we see the misunderstanding that happens almost in every anime or every episode too with them. Where he's not being a pervert, he's going to fish, but she calls him out, which makes it feel a little bit awkward for him. Frieren does pick up on that, but it's okay because that's just part of living and what happens. Stark would not leave our party for Warble's party, even though Warble's probably one of my favorite side characters next to Dankin. If not, Warble's probably, a story about Warble will be great. But the point of this is we have two people who are apprentices of the heroes party and the original hero from the mage of the heroes group. So it works pretty well that they all work together and continue. Frieren's getting to experience the journey and be more emotionally developed as this one goes through. The magic nullifying stuff was pretty cool. I wonder if that's going to come back later in the season. Maybe somebody's going to have a weapon with one. Because like the three things I can think of that would work the greatest is magic nullifying armor. I imagine once you cast the spell, it's pretty much cast. You can't like nullify that. Especially because we see Frieren force mana into the crystals to make like almost like a flashbang. But if you put like on a shield or an armor, maybe you just get close to someone they can't fight. Another option, obviously, is something like a weapon having it. The weapon in my mind that would be probably the best use of this would be a ranged weapon, like a javelin, crossbow bolt, arrow, because as it travels, it nullifies magic, so the person can't react if you're fast enough. Where they may be able to sense something moving. If it gets too close, it'll nullify what they're trying to do if it's not already produced. And in the way how magic works in Frieren, firing a fireball, sure, you don't have to concentrate once it's off, but the defense you have to concentrate, it seems like. So that's interesting. Plus, I'm curious to see where that goes because, I mean, they wouldn't just introduce something like that and drop it, would they? It's pretty big in terms of dealing with mages. It allows someone like Stark to obliterate a mage. The dragon was cool. There was 3 dragons I think we've seen in this series. We saw the fat one in the beginning, the red one, I believe. We saw the black one-ish, the blackish reddish one, and that was with Himmel's party that they were fighting. And then this acid dragon, which was probably the coolest dragon I've seen in a long time. That doesn't look like a dragon. It doesn't have to look like a dragon. Maybe a different form of it, but it was pretty cool. I wonder if that'll ever come back. Probably not, but I liked it. It was like a reptile dragon, and by reptile dragon I mean like a salamander dragon. The flashbang way to deal with it was interesting too, because one of the big things was trust. Frieren trusts Stark, but Stark doesn't trust himself yet. So Frieren was able to get them out of that situation, and it just flashes back to that everyone in the party trusted each other then, and they still do now. They may not trust themselves, but Himmel trusted them the same way Frieren trusts our current party, and it's cute. That was a big part of this, was trust. Really, really was cute. I also love Fern's treasuring of gifts. So Fern's treasuring of gifts is very important because as a war-torn orphan with very little belongings, who worked under a cleric or trained under a cleric, she's not very well off. So these little trinkets and things from people she loves and that love her are super important to her because it makes her feel rich. It's more than she's ever had, and because somebody else gives it to her that loves her, she treasures it. And that may relate to Frieren, who was, laying in the field by herself in the first season after her father died and was found by everyone. And she was protecting stuff, sure, maybe she was just existing. But she had no belongings the same way that, until Himmel gave stuff to her, just most notably the ring and whatnot, which was cute. I'm really excited to see where this is going. This is pretty much a very great intro, but at the same time, we're just leaving off where we stopped. And I mean, that's the benefit of having a series like this where the manga just is continuing, because I guess it's not like there's multiple seasons being created, actually. It's just a continuation, and it's just, each season is being released as a season, but doesn't mean that by the end of the season there will be a wrap up of events or even any events that are like that. It's just an ongoing story under the guise of a season, so everything just links, and that's pretty fun, pretty cool. I can't wait to see where it's going. In terms of the things I like more about the sub versus the dub, I think the voice acting was pretty strong in the dub, but the sub has a little bit more emotion for me. I think I like Frieren's voice in the sub a bit more. Himmel sounded completely the same. It's weird for me to say. I think Eisen's is better in the dub because he's more dwarfy, but like that's also a thing. Like I like the dwarfy sound of the English accent and the English, the American accent or the English, dub. Himmel and dub and sub is kind of interchangeable for me, I will say. Just like Stark is interchangeable. I do think I like Fern more in the sub also. And Wurble's okay. I think Wurble's interchangeable as well, to be honest. There's a lot of really interchangeable characters that probably sound the same. But the one thing I like the most is that Himmel's voice actor in the dub and the sub kind of almost sounds the same. Like, it's not perfectly the same, obviously, but it sounds like it matches nearly the same in terms of the cadence, the emotion and how he talks. The volume slash pitch of his voice is nearly the same. They're just a little bit different. The Himmel in the dub is like a little bit more smoother slash sounds more like regally. This one sounds just more like an adventurer, which I think I like. But that being said, I liked this intro more, and this exit was probably my OP, and the ending credits was probably my two favorite. Especially the intro. Intro was really fun, really cute, really good. And there's probably some significance beyond the writing with Himmel, the letter to Frieren. Is that the letter from when passed, or is it something else? Maybe I'll find out. Maybe I won't. Maybe the fans will know. If you did join me for this, I do appreciate you all. Make sure to comment. Let me know your favorite parts. Let me know what you're hyped about. I did not read the manga, so please don't spoil me. I'm so happy to have this show continue immediately. I didn't have to wait, and I feel spoiled for that. But thank you so much. Check out the Patreon full length. This one's free. Other ones will be on the full length tier. Make sure you do check it out. It's gonna be out every Saturday. Unfortunately, I work every Friday, so I do have to work and come home and do it. But it'll be out every Saturday. There will be, every episode on this on Saturday. So check it out. I will see you next time. Comment, subscribe, and like the video. Thank you so much.